Okay, so what I have here today is something I am quite excited about, and what I've got is the Uber juicer. And just to kind of go through here what they've got on the back, they've got that it's a non-slip feet, low noise, which is good. It's a centrifugal juicer, which typically one of the traits is that they're less expensive, they're a little bit louder, and some consider them not quite as efficient, but they are faster. So that is a plus, depending on what you're looking for. It has LCD switch and LED lighting with a speed controller and automatic pulp rejection system. Powerful motor, dual safety lock system. So let's go ahead and let's crack it open here and see what we've got. So right away, you've got a nice box here, nice design. Crack it open and you are greeted with some instructions and the juicer itself. So there's your catch tray. Okay. And that looks to be it. So we got an empty box. Alright. And right away you're greeted with my first impression here. This is heavy duty stainless steel. I would put this right up at the level of our appliances here. Higher grade feel to it, which is awesome. So we've got our dispenser, it looks like, and a couple of buttons here. So let's go ahead, let's get a different angle, let's plug it in and see what it looks like. But first impression is that this is looking really nice, really heavy duty. It's got a heavy weight to it, so I'm liking it. Okay, so it's all together here. Really only first time putting it together maybe took, what, a minute? So it's really not too bad. So what I'd like to do, this is the setup. Cleaning up was only maybe 5 minutes to take everything apart, put it back together. What I'd like to do now is to go ahead, get a recipe started, and just kind of test this unit out and see how it functions. So let's go ahead and get a simple recipe out and see how it does. Okay, well, we are ready to start juicing. I have not even turned this on yet, so I have no idea what it sounds like. I've never used a juicer in my life, so I'm kind of excited to try this out. So let's go ahead and flick it on. So that turned on this main display up front here, and it's flashing a 1, which is the speed setting. And so why don't we start off at 2 and just see what that does for us. Try turning it down just a little bit. It smells really good. Try dumping a little bit more in and see how that works. So we'll try it out on the highest setting just to see what it sounds like. So that's on the highest setting. It's really not all that loud. Let's see what the pulse mode sounds like. Alright, so we'll shut it down. So basically the pulse mode is just as you hold the button down, it'll pulse up to the number 4 setting. So if you need a quick burst of power but you don't want to keep it at a 4, you would hit that pulse button there. So initial impressions here is that it is actually pretty quiet. I mean, you wouldn't want to run this when a baby's sleeping or anything like that, but it's not real obtrusive at all. And so I'm actually kind of surprised by that. I'm also surprised at how smooth it is. So this thing wasn't bouncing around once I got everything figured out. It worked like a charm. And actually this looks really good and smells really good. One thing to notice when I was cleaning this up is actually this is easy to take apart. It's very self-explanatory as to how it goes back together. I mean, I didn't read the instructions at all. Just threw it back together and had no problem. So let's go ahead and give this a stir. And we'll just see how we did. Smells really good. So show you the finished result. It's right there. It's actually a nice looking color to it. And let's see what the pulp side looks like. Okay, actually the pulp side is very dry. I'm actually quite impressed. So hopefully you can see in there. To me, I watched quite a few videos on these before getting this unit, and this looks right in line with what I was seeing, you know, on the more expensive units. So it might have something to do with juicing it at a lower speed and letting it take its time as it's kind of pulling the nutrients out and then leaving all the fiber basically behind. So I'm very impressed with it. I mean, the build quality is fantastic. Like I said, this stainless on here will not look out of place with your higher end appliances at all. The finish is just excellent. It's very, very easy to just crack it open and start using it without reading instructions even, just kind of throwing it together and having some fun. So very impressed. Like I say, cleanup probably takes you 5-10 minutes tops, which is one thing I was kind of concerned about. And you know, very, very happy with how this looks and how it functions. So of course the next step here is going to be to put this into a mason jar and see what we've got here. So it smells fantastic. Yeah, it's really good. That is really good. So yep, I'd highly recommend it. Go ahead and pick one up. I'll put a link below as to where you can get this unit from. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe.